Welcome to another edition of Sunday Slow Flow. I like to use 2 blocks, one for each hand. You don't have to if you don't want to, but if you would like to, grab it. We'll start in a seated position today. So as you arrive, find your spot, create your space, place your hands into your lap, let your eyes begin to softly blink closed. Bring awareness to the gentle movement of the breath through the body right away. Let the process of inhale and exhale bring you into your practice. Beginning to notice the small, minute movements throughout the physical body. The ripples and waves of thoughts, of emotions, maybe mentally. And using the breath in this practice to become more in tune with yourself. As we're here, we would like to shift around, of course, feel free to. And as we move together today, remember, you're always free to move as seems most relevant to you. Together, take a full inhale breath through the nose. Open mouth, audibly exhale. Full inhale breath through the nose. Close the mouth. Exhale halfway out the nose. Recomplete the inhale through the nose. Open mouth, audibly exhale. Full inhale through the nose. 1 exhale out the nose. Recomplete the inhale. Audibly exhale. Adding on, full inhale through the nose. 2 exhales out the nose. Recomplete the inhale. Audibly exhale. Full inhale. 3 exhales out the nose. Recomplete the inhale. Audibly exhale. Full inhale. 4 exhales out the nose. Recomplete. Audibly exhale. 1 more round, full inhale. 5 exhales out the nose. Recomplete. Audibly exhale. Return to the inhale and exhale cadence through the nose. Let the breath warm and fill the lungs. Let the breath add a bit of spirit to the physical body. Blink the eyes open, shift forward, tabletop, hands and knees. Hands could be on the blocks now or just behind the blocks. Roll the shoulders around the wrist a few times. Then cross the ankles behind you. Sit the hips back to a cross-legged seated position. Have the right shin in front of the left shin. Bring the left hand across to the right knee. Walk the right fingertips behind you. On the exhale, leverage twist to the right any amount. Doesn't have to be a super deep twist, of course. If it makes sense for your neck to look past the right shoulder, feel free to. Keep the twist. Bring the gaze forward over the left shoulder. Exhale, release back through center. Bring the right hand to the left knee. Walk the left fingertips behind you. Leverage twist to the left side. Again, move through the chest and the upper body first. Then maybe gaze behind the left shoulder head. Keep the twist. Bring the gaze forward over the right shoulder. Exhale, release the twist back through center. Keep the shins crossed, walk the fingertips forward in front of you. Let the upper body just start to round and drape over the shins. Drop the head towards the ground. You might wiggle the hips here a little bit side to side, moving from the right sits bone to the left sits bone to the right sits bone a few times. Then walk the hands towards the right, so that the left hand is either towards the front right corner of the mat, or even onto the block. The right hand can walk a little bit farther and farther away to the right. It's as if you're going to grip the ground with the right fingertips, grip the block with the left fingertips. Think about moving the chest forward towards the thumbs, while simultaneously letting the hips drop heavily towards the back of the mat. Continue with the smooth inhaling and exhaling. Then walk the hands back through center, switch sides. The right hand can come to the front left corner or to the left block. The left hand can slide farther and farther away. Rounding the chest and the upper body towards the left knee. Gripping with the fingertips. Pulling forward while letting the hips melt heavily away. Inhale, come back through center. Left hand to front left corner or left block. Right hand to front right corner or right block. You can wrap the fingers around the edge of the block. You can even grab the corners or the side of the mat and just start to pull the hands back towards the knees slightly. Feel this action to really round through the upper back body as you drop the crown of the head towards the ground. So you're not trying to lift the hips off of the mat. Let the hips be heavy with each exhale breath, setting them down towards the ground. But starting to feel a little bit of pulling action. An action we don't typically get in yoga classes. With this grip on the inhale, lift the head away from the ground, look forward. Can you pull yourself over the shins as you exhale? So you might keep a little bit more weight into the hands as you pull forward. Then sink the hips back behind the shins. Drop the hips to the ground. Again, lift the head, exhale, pull the upper body through. Sink the hips back down. 2 more rounds. Exhale, pull through. Sink the hips back down. Once more, exhale, pull through. Uncross the shins behind you. Hands can stay on the blocks or hands to the ground. Move the shoulders around the wrists again, hips around the knees. A few moments here in tabletop. And cross the shins behind you. This time the left shin will be in front. Sit the hips back. We'll go through all of that with the left shin in front of the right shin. So it might change the sensation just a little bit. It also might not. That's yours to explore and figure out. Right hand will come across to the left knee. As you exhale, walk the left fingertips behind the back. Seated twist towards the left side. You might look over the left shoulder head. Keep the twist. Just bring the gaze forward over the right shoulder. Exhale, release the twist. Switch sides. Left hand to right knee. Right fingertips walk back. Think about sitting tall with the inhale, and then exhale, moving into the twist. If it's okay, gaze over the right shoulder. Keep the twist, bring the gaze forward over the left shoulder. Exhale, release back through center. Left shin stays in front. You might wiggle the hips back just slightly. Slide the hands forward towards the front edge of the mat so the hands are towards one another for this first set. Round through the upper back, drop the crown of the head towards the ground. Full inhales, full exhales. You're going to walk the hands to the left side. So the right hand might be onto the block or the front right corner. The left hand might slide farther and farther away. Continuing to round through the upper back. Beginning to create that slight action of pulling the hands. Walk the hands back through center. Switch sides. Left hand to the front right corner, right block. Your right hand can walk slightly more away. Right armpit might land on the right knee, slightly over the right knee. Upper body rounds forward, drop the head. Again, with this movement coming forward, the weight coming forward, try to keep the hips heavy and seated towards the ground behind you. Come back through center. Right hand to front right corner, maybe block. Left hand to front left corner, maybe block. Wrap the fingers around the front edge or grab the sides or front of the mat. Let the arms be heavy, drop the crown of the head. With the arms heavy here, the slight action pulling back, feel the armpits kind of lifting and hollowing. It's almost as if you were going to pull against an immovable object like a wall, knowing that there's most likely no way you can pull that wall off of its foundation. But there's just a very constant effort going through the body. Now inhale, lift the head, look forward. Now exhale, pull the upper body forward, lift the hips off the ground, roll over the shins. Direct the hips back to the ground. Exhale, pull forward, shift forward. Drag the hips back down. Twice more. Exhale, pull forward and through. Sit back down. Last one, exhale, pull forward. Uncross the shins behind you. Again, hands can stay on the blocks, hands on the ground. Move the shoulders around the wrists, hips around the knees. Tabletop. Then walk the hands back, stand on the shins. You might move the toes towards the back edge of the mat so you have a bit more room forward in front of you. Shift weight to the left shin, bring the right knee to the right rib cage. Reach the right toes forward, hover the right heel. Can you lift the right heel as high as the right hip? And continue to reach the right toes forward. Just hold 5. You might move around a little bit, of course. 4, 3, 2, 1. Land the right shin on the ground. Switch sides. Shift weight to the right shin. Lift the left knee. Keep the gaze extending forward in front of you as you reach the left toes forward. Can you lift the left heel a little bit higher? Play with the movement just a little bit. Embrace the movement. Try not to fight against it. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the left shin. Shift forward, tabletop, hands and knees. Shift weight to the left shin, pick up the right knee, reach the right toes behind you. Press on the right hand. If you have the block under the left hand, wrap the fingers around the block, so you might have to move the height of the block so you can get the full grip. But as you reach the right toes away from you, left arm forward, left bicep by left ear. The gaze is slightly forward past the left thumb. Can you squeeze the right glute, engage the right quadricep as you reach the right leg back? Hold for 4. Press down through the right hand, 3. Lift the front of the ribcage to the back body, 2. 1, exhale, release left hand, right shin to ground. Shift to the right shin, pick up the left knee, reach the left toes back. Press through the left hand, grab the right block. Keep the gaze moving forward, reach the right arm forward, right bicep by right ear. Try to extend the block and the left toes away from one another. Again, press down through the left hand, lift through the front of the ribcage, long through the back body. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower left knee, lower right hand, lower block. Stand on the shins. Shift weight to the left shin, right knee to right ribcage. Reach the right toes forward. So you'll tap the heel between the block, outside of the right block, between the block, outside of the left block, between, outside right, between, outside left. 2 more rounds. In, out, in, out. Last round. In, out, in, out. Come back to center. Land the right foot, bend the right knee. Hands can come to the hips, spin and straighten the right leg a few times. Re-straighten the right leg, pick up the right hip. Right shin to ground. Shift weight to the right shin, pick up the left knee, reach the left toes forward. Left leg stays long. Tap the heel inside, outside the left block, inside, outside the right block. In, out, in, out. 2 more rounds. Last one. Land the left heel inside of the blocks. Bend and straighten the left leg a few times. Cool, re-straighten the left leg, pick up the left heel. Left shin to ground. Shift forward, tabletop, hands and knees. Shift weight to the left shin, pick up the right knee, reach the right toes back. Pick up the left hand, maybe pick up the left block, reach the left arm forward by left ear. Keep the gaze forward, stay, or lift to the right fingertips. Can you keep this length and extension? Try to hover the right hand off of the ground. You might reach the right hand back by the right hip. Try to maintain some sort of semblance to the movement. Gets a little shaky. Land the right hand, land the left hand, land the right knee. Second side. Pick up the left knee, reach left toes back. Pick up the right hand, maybe the block, reach right arm forward. Keep the gaze moving forward, but feel the extension of the left leg behind you. Stay or lift to the left fingertips. Keep the front of the ribcage lifted. Stay or lift the left hand off the ground. Breathe. Three, 2, 1. Land the left hand, right hand, left knee to ground. Press the hands down through the ground or the blocks. Roll the shoulders back and help peel the chest through the upper arm bones. Lift the sits bones behind you. Exhale, tuck chin to chest, round through the upper back body, tuck the tailbone. Pull the chest forward and through, inhale, lift the sits bones. This time as you round, tuck the toes. Exhale, chin to chest, round through the upper back, hover the knees just an inch or so off the ground. Lower the knees, pull the chest through, inhale, lift the sits bones. Exhale, chin to chest, round, hover the knees an inch or so. Lower the knees, inhale, pull the chest forward and through. Toes can be tucked or untucked. Exhale, round through the upper back body. Hover the knees an inch. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. You have a few moments to move around in this first downward dog, of course. If the hands are on the blocks, you might move the heels of the hands towards the back edge of the block. So you have that action now of pressing the hands down and forward to lift sits bones up and away. Inhale, lift the right leg to sky. Exhale, bring right knee to right tricep. Lower the right shin to the ground. Keep the left toes tucked, left knee is lifted. Lift the chest forward and through the upper arm bones on the inhale. On the exhale, round through the upper back body, tuck the chin to the chest. Hover the right shin off the ground as you inhale. Roll to the outer edge of the left foot, side plank pose, exhale. You might keep the right knee bent, lift the right knee up to the ceiling. Maybe again reach the right arm forward, right bicep by right ear. Now as you look forward on the exhale, step the right foot onto the right block. Roll to the left toes. Both hands can come to the left block. Bend the right knee, pull the chest forward and through the upper arm bones, and then just shift forwards and backwards on the left toes a few times. You can even walk the left foot farther and farther back behind you to take up a little bit more space on your mat. But notice I'm not dipping the hips down here. I'm pressing down and back through the left toes, lifting the left quadricep, and keeping the back of the left leg long and lifted. Left hand onto the left block. Hover the right hand. Can you press into the left hand, pick the right foot off of the right block. Step the right foot back, land the right hand. Exhale, lower knee, shift hips back, hover forearms. Untuck the toes and help pull forward and through upward facing dog or low cobra pose. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift left leg to sky. Exhale, left knee to left tricep. Lower the left shin to the ground. Keep the right toes tucked, right knee is lifted. Inhale, pull the chest forward and through the upper arm bones. Exhale, tuck chin to chest, round through the upper back. Now hover the left shin off the ground. Roll to the outer edge of the right foot. Lift the left knee up to the ceiling, side plank pose. Left fingertips reach up or left bicep forward by left ear. Now look forward, exhale. Can you land the left foot onto the left block? Left hand and right hand to the right, maybe onto the right block. Maybe lengthen the stance, keep the front of the right quadricep lifted, shift forwards and backwards on the right toes. Right hand will be on the ground or the block, left hand is hovering. Ground through the right toes strongly, lift the left foot off the left block. Step the left foot back, land left hand. Lower knee, shift hips back, hover forearms. Untuck the toes and help pull forward and through upward facing or low cobra. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Begin to walk the hands all the way back to the feet. Bend the knees, chair pose, inhale, weight towards the heels of the feet, send the hips low. Pull the shins back, reach the arms up by the ears. Exhale, straighten the legs, fold forward. Bend the knees, drop the hips to the heels, inhale, round the spine all the way to stand. Shift weight to the right foot, bring left knee to left ribcage. Left heel lifts to the left sits bones, point the left knee to the ground. On the exhale, right knee bends round forward over the right thigh, left knee to right heel, shrimp squat. Straighten the right leg, rise. 3 more this leg, right knee bends, left knee down. Rise. 2. Rise. Last one. Rise. Left foot lands. Shake out the right leg a little bit. Shift right to the left foot, right knee to right rib cage. Right heel stays to the right sits bone. As you drive the right thigh back, lean the upper body forward, left knee bends. Drop the right knee towards the ground. Straighten the leg, rise. 3. 2. Last one, the second side. Lower the right foot, shake out the left leg. And I'll sweep the arms out and uplift the gaze up. Bend the knees, drive the hips back as you exhale, round forward. Walk the hands forward, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg to the sky. Exhale, right knee to right tricep. Lower the right shin, keep the left knee lifted, inhale, pull the chest forward and through. Exhale, chin to chest, round, hover the right shin. Roll to the outer edge of the left foot, side plank pose, inhale, lift the right hand. Look forward, exhale, step right foot to right block. Roll to the left toes, high crescent lunge, inhale, sweep the arms forward and up, lift the right rib cage away from the right thigh. On the exhale, bend the elbows out wide, lift the chest up between the upper arm bones. Can you drive the right shin forward any amount more? Interlace the fingers behind the back, right thumb on top of left. Press the heels of the palms together, inhale, reach the fist back towards the left heel any amount. Continue to keep the right knee bent. Exhale, release the interlace. Left hand to left block or the ground. Keep the right hand lifted, step the right foot back, plank pose. Lower the right hand, lower both knees. Shift the hips back, hover the forearms. Inhale, pull forward and through, upward facing or low cobra. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift to the left knee. Exhale, left knee to left tricep. Lower the right shin, left shin. Keep the right knee lifted, inhale, pull the chest forward and through. Exhale, chin to chest, round through the upper back, hover the left shin. Roll to the outer edge of the right foot, inhale, lift the left fingertips up. Left knee to chest, exhale, step left foot to left block. Roll to the right toes, inhale, rise, high crescent lunge, arms forward, then up. Drive the left shin forward. And exhale, bend the elbows out wide. Think about moving the inner elbows away from one another as the shoulder blades come towards one another. Interlace the fingers behind the back, opposite thumb on top. Press the heels of the palms together. Inhale, continue to reach the fist back. So again, the shoulder blades are moving towards one another. The upper arm bones are moving towards one another this time. The arms are long. Can you lift the fist a little bit higher away from the right leg? Now exhale, right hand to the ground. Left hand stays lifted, step the left foot back, plank pose. Land the left hand, lower knees. Shift hips back, hover forearms. Inhale, upward facing dog or low cobra. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Walk the hands back to the feet. Bend the knees, chair pose, inhale. Exhale, straighten legs, fold forward. Bend the knees, drop the hips around the spine to stand, inhale. Shift weight to the right foot, left knee to chest. Much slower shrimp squats this time. Point the left knee down. Drive the left thigh back, right knee bends. Hover the left knee to the right heel. Hold for 5. Keep the left heel lifted, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten the right leg, rise. Exhale, go back down. Hold up, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rise. Go back down, hold up. 5, 4, 3, 2, rise. This is fun, right? One more. Go back down, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rise. Land the left foot, shake out the legs a little bit. So that's slow flow burn. Shift to the left foot, right knee to right rib cage. Again, very slow. Right knee to left heel. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rise. Exhale, lower, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rise. 2 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rise. Last one. Hold low. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get the hell out of there. Land the right foot, shake out the legs. Inhale, sweep the arms out and uplift the gaze. Exhale, hands through heart, bend the knees, round forward and fold. Walk the hands forward to the blocks. Downward facing dog.
Well, inhale, lift the right leg to the sky. Exhale, bring the right knee towards the right tricep. Shoulders forward over the wrists. Keep the arms long. Slide the right shin behind the blocks. Keep the left toes tucked behind you. Left knee is lifted off the ground. You can pull the chest forward here. Shoulders stay over the wrists. Press through the heels of the hands to even round through the upper back body. So we're kind of in the pigeon shape, but we're not adding a lot of weight into the hips yet. But you can shift forwards and backwards on the left toes a few times. Then you'll pick up the right shin, step the right toes to the back of the mat, plank pose. Exhale, lower the knees to the ground. Shift the hips back, bend the elbows, hover the forearms in line with the inner wrist. Can you keep the elbows here, tuck the toes, and now lift the shins just an inch or so off the ground. Now exhale, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Press into right toes and now lift left leg. Exhale, left knee to left tricep, shoulders over wrist. Lower the left shin to the ground. Right toes stay tucked, right knee is lifted. Shift forwards and backwards on the right toes a few times. You're really keeping not very much weight into the left shin or the hips. So that as you exit here, it's just a very simple step back with the left toes. Exhale, lower knee, shift hips back, hover elbows. Keep the gaze forward. Now inhale, hover the knees an inch or so off the ground. Exhale, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, right knee, right tricep. Lower the right shin to the ground. Can you be even lighter on the right shin this time? Shift forwards and backwards on the left toes. Now step the right foot back, plank pose. Exhale, lower knee, shift hips back, hover elbows. Keep this all, just hover the knees off the ground as you inhale. Exhale, lift hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. Left shin to ground, lighter than the first round if you can. Shift forwards and backwards on the right toes. Now step the left foot back, plank pose, inhale. Exhale, lower knee, shift hips back, hover elbows. Hover the knees, inhale. Exhale, hips up and back, downward dog. One more round, inhale, lift right leg. Exhale, right knee, right tricep. This time just hover the right shin off the ground. So the right shin isn't touching down at all, but you can still shift forward and backwards on the left toes. Now step the right foot back, plank pose. Exhale, lower knees, hover elbows. Pick up the knees, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. Hover the left shin, shift forwards and backwards on the right toes. Left foot steps back, plank pose. Exhale, lower knees, hover elbows. Hover the knees, inhale. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. You're going to walk the hands back to the feet. Bend the knees, hold on opposite elbows, ragdoll pose. Shift a little bit in the feet. Let the upper body round over the thighs. Base the elbows, bend the knees, drop the hips to the heels, and how around the spine, slowly all the way to stand. Let the legs support the movement of the upper body. When your eyes lift to the toes, exhale, bend knees to hips all the way down to heels. Lower the knees to the ground, lean the upper body back. Stand on the shins, untuck the toes. Shift weight to the left shin, lift right knee to right rib cage. Reach the right toes forward. Step the right foot outside of the left block, or towards the outer edge of the mat. So you're on the outer edge of the right foot. Try to have the right knee and the right toes pointing in the same direction. You'll bend and straighten the right leg a few times. So you're pressing the right shin forward, then extending through the right leg to move the hips back. So again, the arms might be a little wobbly here, the upper body might shift around some, but really press down through the outer edge of the right foot to make this movement possible. For 3, 2. When you rebend the right knee, bring the hands to the blocks. Lower the right shin behind the blocks. Now you're in pigeon pose. So you might slide the right shin back just a little bit. Then bring the upper body forward, forearms to ground, forearms to blocks. Any variation of pigeon pose for the next 4 breaths or so. And again, of course, it does not have to be a static hold. You can move around as much or as little as you would like to. As we get out of pigeon pose, you'll bring the left hand to the ground, or the block. Right fingertips might come to the ground or the block. Left toes will tuck behind you, lift the left knee. You're rolling to the outer edge of the left foot, finding side plank pose. Right leg can sweep on top of the left leg. Outer left hip is lifted as the legs squeeze together, reach up through the right fingertips. Stay, reach the right arm forward, right bicep by right ear, dial the right pinky finger down to create this very elongated crescent shape. Right hand to the right, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. You're going to walk the hands all the way back to the feet. Again, bend the knees, ragdoll pose. You might interlace the fingers at the nape of the neck. Let the forearms hang next to the ears. Drop the crown of the head to the ground and round to the upper back. Release the hands, bend the knees deeper, drop the hips to the heels, and how around the spine all the way to down. Lift to toes. Exhale, bend knees to hips to heels. Lower the knees to the ground. Untuck the toes, stand on the shins. Shift weight to right shin, left knee to left rib cage. Reach the left toes forward. Then you'll step the left foot to the right side of the mat, maybe outside of the block. Roll to the outer edge of the foot. Bend and straighten the left knee and the left leg a few times. And again, it gets a little wobbly. That's totally fine. Twice more.
time you bend the left knee, the left shin is coming to the ground as the hands come forward. Pigeon pose, second side, for the next few breaths. Move around or settle in to whatever variation of this is calling you or accessible to you right now. And as we find our way out of the second side, the right hand will come to the right block or ground. Right toes tuck. Left fingertips might be the guide. As you lift the right knee, roll to the outer edge of the right foot. Left leg on top of right leg, side plank. Left fingers up or left bicep by left ear. Left pinky finger rotating down towards the ground. The left arm is reaching forward, really try to reach the left fingertips as far forward as possible. Now bring the left hand to the left block. Lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Together, take a full inhale breath through the nose. Open mouth audibly, exhale. Inhale, lift the right leg to sky. Exhale, right knee to right tricep. Lower the right shin. Inhale, pull the chest forward and through. Exhale, chin to chest, round through the upper back. Hover the right shin. Roll to the outer edge of the left foot. Side plank pose. Inhale, reach the right fingertips up. Exhale, step the right foot to the right block. High crescent lunge. Inhale, roll to left toes. Sweep arms forward and up. Keep the chest lifted. Exhale, bend the elbows out wide. Interlace fingers behind the back. Inhale, reach the fist towards the back heel. So you can keep the back heel lifted or ground the back heel towards warrior one, a very random pose that we never do. Press through the inner edge of the left foot as you inhale, peel the chest up. Now exhale, round forward inside the front right thigh. Tuck the chin to the chest. Drop the crown of the head towards the ground. Keep driving the right shin forward. Press the heels of the palms together as you reach the fist up to the ceiling. Release the bind of the hands. Bring the left hand to the left block. Roll to the left toes. Pick up the right foot. Reach the right toes back. Now roll to the outer edge of the left foot. Wild thing on the exhale. Step the right toes as close to the left wrist as possible. As you reach the right fingertips up and overhead, gaze might follow the right hand. Exhale, right hand to right block. Right toes back, plank pose. Lower the knees, shift the hips back, cover the forearms. Inhale, upward facing or low cobra. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. Lower the left shin, inhale, pull the chest forward and through. Exhale, chin to chest round, hover the left shin. Outer edge of the right foot, side plank pose, inhale. Exhale, left foot to left block. High crescent lunge, inhale, roll to right toes. Exhale, bend elbows out wide. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Inhale, reach back through the fist. An option is stay on the right toes or ground through the instep of the right foot. Lift the chest, lift the chest. Now exhale, round forward inside the left thigh. Hug the outer hips in, keep the body long. Now release the interlace. Right hand to the ground of the right block, roll to the right toes. Reach the left toes back. Now roll to the outer edge of the right foot. Step left toes towards the right wrist, wild thing. Lift the hips, squeeze the glutes as you reach the left fingertips up and overhead. Left hand back to the ground through plank pose. Lower knee, shift hips back, hover forearms. Inhale, upward facing or low cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walk the hands back to the feet.
Bend the knees, chair pose, inhale. Exhale, straighten legs, fold forward. Drop the hips around all the way to stand, inhale. Shift weight to the right foot, left knee to chest. One very long shrimp squat. Try to keep the left knee off of the right leg completely. So you're really just hovering in this very strong position. Cool. Bend the right knee, left knee hovers low. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, this is going to take a long time. 10, but we have nothing else to do. 9, 8, keep the hips low. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rise. Land the left foot, shake out the legs a little bit before we get to side number 2. Slam a few doors if you would like to. I don't know if you heard that or not. Shift to the left foot, right knee to right rib cage. Again, right knee will stay off the left leg. Bend the left knee, go low. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. You can pretend like you're speed skating here. 9. As long as that doesn't throw you off balance. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Land the right foot, shake out the legs. Inhale, sweep the arms out and uplift the gaze. Exhale, bend the knees, round forward over the thighs. Walk the hands forward, downward facing dog. One more round through. Inhale, lift right leg. Exhale, right knee, right tricep. Lower the right shin. Inhale, pull the chest forward and through. Exhale, chin to chest, round, hover the right shin. Roll to the outer edge of the left foot, inhale, lift the right knee. Exhale, step the right foot forward. High crescent lunge, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bend elbows out wide. And release the fingers behind the back, inhale, fist extend back. Stay on the left toes or ground the left heel. Exhale, fold forward inside the right thigh. Release the bind of the hands. Bring both hands towards the left block or the left corner of the mat. On the inhale, extend through the right leg, lift the hips up and back. Continue to press the hands down and forward. Drop the head between the upper arm bones. So it's like the sits bones are moving towards the back right corner of the mat as you press the heel of the right foot down and forward. And just breathe here for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, rebend the right knee. Roll to the left toes. Pick up the right hand. Extend the right toes back. As you roll to the outer edge of the left foot, reach the right toes towards the left wrist. Keep the right foot off the ground as you bend the right knee. Now maybe land the top of the right foot, land the right shin on the ground. Curve the chest up to the ceiling as the right arm reaches up and overhead. Dig the left heel into the ground. Think about dragging the left heel towards the right knee. Now as you press through the top of the right foot, pick up the right knee, pick up the right shin. Right hand to ground, plank pose. Exhale, lower knee, shift hips back, hover forearms. Inhale, upward facing or low cobra. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. Lower the left shin, inhale, curve the chest through. Exhale, chin to chest round, hover the left shin. Roll to the outer edge of the left foot, right foot, inhale, lift the left knee. Look forward, exhale, step where you're looking. Roll to right toes, inhale, high crescent lunge. Exhale, bend elbows out wide. Interlace fingers behind the back, inhale, reach the fist back. Stay on the right toes or ground the right foot. Exhale, round forward inside the left side. Release the bind of the hands. Hands to the right side. Straighten the left leg and lift the hips up and back. Press the hands and left heel down and forward. Drop the head. Breathe. Exhale, rebend the left knee. Roll to the right toes, pick up the left hand. Reach the left leg back. Roll to the outer edge of the right foot. Extend the left toes towards the right wrist. Then land the top of the left foot, maybe lower the left shin. Drag the right heel towards the left knee. Press the hips towards the right knee. To get out of this, press through the right heel and left foot, lift the left knee. Roll out, left hand to ground plank pose. Exhale, lower knee, shift hips back, hover forearms. Inhale, upward facing or low cobra. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Full inhale, breath through the nose. Open mouth audibly, exhale. Lower the knees to the ground. Stand on the shins. Cross the shins behind you. Sit the hips back. Extend the left leg to the left. Bring the right shin towards the ground in front of you. Get forward on the sits bones without using the hands. Pick up the left heel. Left ankle to the right knee. Left knee towards the right ankle. So you're moving into a double pigeon position. Trying to just use the mobility of the body. You might wiggle the hips a little bit side to side to get there. But the shins are fairly parallel with one another. You're creating a very even triangular shape with the inner thighs and the shins. I guess that's called an equilateral triangle. Don't quote me on that. It's been a while since I've taken a geometry class. Cool, so as you rock the shins back, you could bring the right elbow into the left foot, the left elbow into the left knee. Just add a bit of additional weight here with the arms. Think about maybe even dragging the elbows slightly away from one another. Option to stay here, you could always walk the elbows in front of the shins, the forearms to the ground. You could slide the hips back a little bit more to create a bit more extension forwards and backwards. Start to walk the forearms back, lift the elbows off of the left shin. Pick up the left foot off of the right knee. Reach the left toes to the left. Extend the right leg to the right. Again, without using the hands, left shin to ground first. Pick up the right foot. Right ankle over left knee. Right knee over left ankle. Maneuver the hips. Left elbow. Right below the right ankle bone. Right elbow, right to the inner right knee. Elbows heavy. Slightly dragging them away from one another. Stay and breathe. And begin to lift the elbows off of the shins, off of the ground, side back. Right leg uncrosses first. Left leg extends to the left. Bounce out the knees a little bit. Move one of your blocks out of the way, off to the side. Have your other block just to the side of the mat. Bring the feet back to the ground, move the hips towards the center line of the mat. Reach the fingertips forward, tuck the chin to the chest, slowly round to the back body. On your right, you'll pick up the hips, slide the block at any of the 3 height settings, or whatever prop you might have, underneath your sacrum, adding a bit of additional support in bridge pose.
And of course, you can stay in bridge pose this entire time. You do not have to follow my lead at all. But if you would like to, feel free to follow me. Walk the right foot towards the center line of the hips. Pick the left foot off of the ground. Point the left toes towards the ground. Move the left knee a little bit more towards the chest. So you're pulling the left thigh up and in. Then you'll hook the left hand around the front of the left ankle. So you can slide the top of the left foot to the mat. The instep of the left foot might be right at the edge of the block. It might be just a little bit in front of the block. But make sure you're on the top of the left foot and just not on the top of the left toes. So you can really press some meat into the ground. When you're there, the right foot can stay exactly where it is. Think about reaching the left knee forward towards the front edge of the mat. Or you can slide the right heel forward and extend the right leg, but still reaching the left knee forward. Of course, if you extend the right leg and it just does not feel super great, always rebend the right knee, bring the foot back to the ground. If that adds a bit more support for you. Notice where you might be gripping through the hands, gripping through the upper body. Can you just soften here a little bit more? Then you'll rehook the left hand on the left ankle. Pick the left foot off the ground. Bring the left foot back to the ground. Walk the right foot back if it's extended. Maybe just rock the hips gently side to side in the elevated position. Before we switch to the second side, left foot walks towards the center line. Right foot lifts, right toes point, right thigh towards the rib cage. So that you can close the gap, hook the right hand around the front of the right ankle. Maybe slide to the top of the foot as you move the top of the right foot to the ground. You can even slide the left hand underneath the sacrum for a bit of additional support if you need both hands. But again, try not to just be on the right toes, try to be more on the top of the right foot. Reach the right knee forward. Left foot could stay, left heel could slide more and more forward over time. Left leg could extend. Remember, if this gets a bit harrowing or scary or uncomfortable, discomfortable is not a word. Remember to breathe. And also remember that you can leave this situation at any time. None of this is completely necessary. It's all voluntary in your own time. Left foot will start to walk back. Right hand hooks around the ankle. Slide the right foot out. Bring both feet to the ground. Full inhale breath through the nose. Open mouth audibly exhale. Lift the hips off of the block, slide the block out of the way. When the hips find the ground, walk the feet towards the edges of the mat. Extend the arms out, let the palms face open. Drop the knees to the left side of the mat. Stay and hook the left ankle on the outer right thigh. Gaze might move towards the open right palm. Begin to unhook the left ankle. Feet stay wide. Drop the knees to the right side. Right ankle hooks on the outer left thigh if you want it. Gaze can move to the left palm.
Unhook the right ankle. Return the knees to your center. Shake out the legs a little bit. Any last movements you might need towards your final resting pose today? And of course, make sure you're allowing time for your physical body and mental body to rest. Even if it's just giving yourself permission to lay here. To be away from screens, from your phone, from your computer, even though I'm talking to you through your computer right now, most likely. Time to be away from all the external stimulation. Notice the cadence of the breath, the slow pace of the heart. Remember that you create your own steadiness, your own strength. You can control the things that you can. And you can live a path that allows you to evolve to the current situations, the current currents and climates around you. Continue forward on your path, embracing each step as it comes. Namaste.